welcome to the Black Mind Games podcast, episode 370. I think it's 370. We're not. Last episode was a tribute. This episode's an actual episode. You can thank me for fucking that up. We're joined by Josh. Hi, Josh. How are you? Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. We're also joined by somebody who, went to a far enough place, came back. Allan, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. How was the far away?
We did our trial position this week.
Yeah,
I did.
We did.
I think we did both. I think we both did pretty good. I think I should have done something different. Jeff disagrees with me, but honestly, I don't think it would have made much of a difference. I was gonna be dead, but I think I had a better chance fighting.
Okay, so let me explain to you like this. I should be a star colonel because I actually got to the third fucking mech.
No, you have to kill the third fucking mech to start.
Okay, well, I should be the leader. Robert didn't even kill the second mech. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. He killed the second mech and then immediately died.
Yes, and that still qualifies you. Believe it or not, that's in a book. That's in a book for BattleTech because I've read it, and like legit a Jade Falcon pilot. She's going through a trial position, and they're all fighting in the same mech. So they have like 12 mechs on the field, and so she blows off. She nukes the first one, and she just they're fighting. She takes the second one, and she's already taken all this damage. And she looks at the third, and as it comes onto the field, she's like, "Nope, I'm taking that." And she rushes in, she shoots it with everything. Her mech gets knocked out, and then her canopy gets popped open after the match is done. And it's like, "Congratulations, Star Colonel." And she's just ecstatic. Because
so anyways,
so long as you survive, you got the rank.
Yeah. So anyways, I took out 2 mechs. Allan took out 1.
And a couple other players. Everybody else had another player had 1, and one other player had 2, and then one player didn't get anything. So he's being assigned a mech.
It's a devil. We're giving him a devil.
No, we're not assigning. Somebody else is assigning.
Well, our DM.
Yes, our
Game Master is giving.
And we still have one more player to do their trial too.
Who is that?
Steve.
Just message him. Oh. Doubt.
Remember, this is Steve we're talking about. So Steve actually might be able to outclass all of us.
No, Steve, from what I understand, is going to be, how do I put it? Steve is going to be wrecking our faces.
Well, you got to remember, he's also...
He's going to be the Op 4 dude.
Well, no, it's going to depend on how he positions. Because I think John... Yeah, no, I'm excited to play this. I'm going to be running a Shadowcat for sure. I'll be running a Shadowcat Prime.
I still haven't decided.
And what makes it really funny is so far nobody's taking Jumping Jack, and they're always like, "Well, why don't you take it with your Shadowcat?" I'm just like, because I'm gonna be because in a Shadowcat the Jumping Jack is good, but it's not that good. It's like, why? It's like, because I've got 2 pulse lasers. That's it. I got 2. If I was running something with a lot of lasers, like a one that Diego ran the other night, or the one that you ran. Yeah, Vapor Eagle.
Stormcrow? Oh, the Vapor Eagle?
Yeah, the Vapor Eagle with all of its lasers.
I mean, Diego ran the Mad Cat A.
Well, I meant because he was running another. Oh no, he was running a Firestarter. No.
Yeah.
But if I ran anything, I'd probably be running a Shadowcat with either Sniper or the Run one.
Mm-hmm.
Where it just counts as you walking.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, that's my current. I don't know what my guy right now.
Yeah. I am busy basically being like, well, I don't know what to do. So
I do need to get another Shadowcat.
I am thinking about what I'm doing. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for this. All I know is that pain and suffering is coming from my face, and it's not as violent and vehement as a certain somebody coming back to Twitter. God.
Oh, right. Okay, so now I understand why he ran a version. All right, no, I understand.
So, Josh, you're a Twitter user.
Yes.
What's your opinion on Trump coming back to Twitter?
Isn't he
No,
not
he just got
going to?
He just got Elon Musk ran a poll, and after 14 million votes, something like I think it's 14 or 15. 52% yes. So
Right.
Elon was like, Trump's coming back. Vox Populi.
Yep.
Oh, because I'm seeing something on Reddit here. It just says, "Holy fuck!" Trump says he's not going to return to Twitter because he sees a lot of problems with the platform.
Oh man, I wonder what those problems are.
I wonder what those problems are.
I gotta laugh because I got a buddy who's like,
psychotic, crazy, insane.
from the statement by Donald J. Trump, 45, President of the United States, from today. Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, decided to do a poll and ask the people whether he should reinstate your favorite president, me, to Twitter. The votes are in despite the bots and the trolls. The people have spoken. I'm sure the haters and losers will be very upset. This isn't that it isn't easy for me to beat me when they can't find fake ballots in Arizona and Michigan. By the way, that's about to go into court in Arizona with the midterms that just happened. A bunch of people are about to like there's things going on in Arizona. It's very sad that this is a more legitimate vote than the one that got Sleepy Joe unelected, unfairly elected. Listen to the people, Elon. So he's going to be coming back.
It looks like as if he's coming back.
Yeah, it's more than likely. However, I got a funnier thing going on with Twitter stuff.
I mean, it's been really fun watching a bunch of people sit there and go like, mock their boss, and then all of a sudden be out of a job. It's been fucking great.
So here's the thing: like everybody was like, "Well, Elon's gutted the company." I'm like, "Yeah, but Amazon just cut I think 10,000. I think Facebook just cut 15,000.
Yeah,
or 12,000 workers recently." But Elon just posted a picture of like the coding team today, and there was a post from like I think 2 years ago, and it's like all women and a couple of dudes sprinkled in, and it's all like all cheerful. They're all crouching around, and then it's a picture of they all look fairly nice too. It's even funnier. And then the other picture, which is from today, is Elon standing there with a bunch of dudes in plain blue shirts, all smiling, and they're all like standing around, like they're all like smiling, like getting excited to work. But there's like at most in the room 50. The picture of the group of like previous workers was them with one row kneeling, second row like crouching, third row like it was like a row, and it was like 50 people in a corner of a room. Whereas in this picture, it's a picture of Elon in the middle of a group with what you can see behind him, a big open empty room behind them with maybe 50 guys. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, well," and the reason why this is funny for me is because some a guy I know who's studying programming and stuff like that brought it up, and I was just like, I pointed out, it's like, no, there are a lot of current corporations and companies have bloat in certain staff area where they have all this thing, and a lot of people have like started to realize that like Twitter is suffering because Elon tried to push something out really, really quickly within his first 2 weeks, and that is his mistake. But
yeah, it looks like this.
But like Twitter has fired, I think, a significant portion of his staff.
They fired about 40% plus.
They fired
in the first week, and then I think it was another 40%.
Yeah, I think they have.
So it's upwards of 80% of the staff just left.
Well, no,
you got to keep in mind.
It's upwards of about 60%. If you fire 40%, then you take 40% of the remaining. It means it's only 20%.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, like, Twitter was, when Allan says Twitter was bloated, that's an understatement. Okay? Twitter has had a human rights team.
Yeah. It's so bomb. That's beside the
yeah, and then you sit there and you watch like okay, I gotta go into this a little bit. I'm sorry, but you sit there. Have you guys watched the video of a day in the life of a Twitter employee?
Yes, I have. That's where I was going to be going with the next point, and it's actually something a lot of people have been pointing out. The difference between working 6 hours a day and working I think it was 20 hours a week or 6 hours a day, and working the difference between working 12 hours a day. It's the difference between 50 guys. But Twitter hasn't, with the constant downsizing, a lot hasn't changed with Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. I'm still not fond of Elon being just to people who are like, bring back Alex Jones, who he was wrongly terminated from Twitter. But we'll have to wait and see what he does about that. I'm not exactly fine.
I have opinions. I'll say that much.
I think he should be put back on the platform.
I agree with that statement. The problem is I don't think Twitter could do it right now and get away with it. I think that there was... Okay, so if you ever want to see corruption, look at the FTX scandal and then look at what United States senators are doing, because they're sitting there being like, we have to do an investigation on Twitter. And it's like, yo, dude, this guy just literally donated like billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine Democrats and like was a massive philanthropist with money he didn't have. It'd be okay if any of us in the fucking podcast did this. Let's say go to a fucking bank and fucking try to rip them off and do this exact same thing. We would all be fucking like in prison right now. And this guy's just out and about walking around, probably not going to get punished. Worst thing that's going to happen to him is his sex tape's going to be released. Yeah, if you want to see corruption, look at the FTX stuff. That's my opinion. Anyways, I'm sorry, Allan.
Yeah, no, but it is a thing. But as of right now with Twitter, let it happen, see what happens. If Twitter recovers, which I honestly would be surprised if it could, if they cut as much as people are saying, cut staff, oh boy, I think Twitter will be fine. But as a result, we're gonna have to wait and see.
I am more worried about Elon's health, if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't have any.
I'm worried about all of a sudden him just walking down and just collapsing, and all of a sudden there's just blood on the floor. I wonder what happened.
Not gonna happen.
Dude, if they did that, that would be the moment that everyone would just go fucking crazy.
No, it would.
Oh my god, is he back?
Yeah, he got put back on the platform today.
Oh.
It was supposed to be tomorrow, but given how what happened. Yeah. But yeah. What else happened this week? Do you want to talk about Josh? You got some memes for us? Did you play more dick games?
Not more dick games, but I
made a mistake.
Let me check my Steam for a second, because I know I think I played something new.
I know you played something new.
Hold on. Oh yeah, with me and Jeff yesterday we streamed playing Pokemon Violet.
Pokemon Scarlet, because I'm a fucking moron.
Scarlet.
And I bought the wrong version.
Here's the thing, you can get any version you want. It's just the version that you bought was the...
We got the one with the bad legendary that just walks...
The bad bike. The bike that has the wheels that don't move.
That game is bad.
Here's the thing, the Pokemon stuff you're doing is fine. Just for the love of God, everything is just so fucking not optimized or anything. It's just so, it's so jank.
Okay, Okay, so
Like,
Alan, you know how like when we played Arceus, everyone was playing Arceus, and it was like, there's bugs. Bugs bad. Me no like E.
Yeah, there's bugs and like the life looks dead and stuff appears in front of you and whatever, and that's pretty bad. And then like there's even actually, in fact, some of the bugs that I see in Arceus still shows carries over into Scarlet and Violet.
Somebody was looking at the code. Renders the whole map.
Oh yeah, that doesn't explain the ambient inclusion errors that this game has.
No. Like, this is the reason why a lot of like we all knew this was going to start happening. Sort of field, because this is something somebody brought up back then. It's like, well, how are you going to render this? Are you going to render this as all one open field? Which they did. Oops. Whereas in this one, it's just one big open world. So it's all rendered at the same time. And this is the reason why.
God.
This is the reason why in older Pokemon games, areas were sectioned off, and the only thing that really loaded was the stuff on screen. Like it loaded like the overall path and map, and it knew how to load the chunks. That was it. But
that's the thing that you need to do.
It's the reason why I still think the best version of Pokemon was X and Y.
Well, yeah, no, it's those games. Yeah. I will say this: that game has massive fucking problems. It looks unoptimized. It doesn't run well. It's
actually the one thing I got pointed out because I was watching the stream of Moist Critical. He was playing it, and he's like, he thinks the Pokemon game itself is fine, but everything around it was terrible. And then someone pointed out that the all the Pokemon games this year that came out, there's like 3 or 4 of them. And he's like, wait, there was 4 of them? Or like, 3 or 4 of them this year? And he counted which ones, and he's like, holy shit, there's 3 of them came out this fucking year. No wonder these games look like fucking shit.
What was the 3 that came out this year?
Arceus, Scarlet and Violet, and then, what was the other one? Fuck. I can't grasp at straws.
Pokemon games. I mean, Arceus seems like it was a different team.
It's the same team.
It's the same team, apparently.
Wait, hold on. What? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. They're crunched the fuck. That's why everything's so shitty.
Yeah, that suddenly makes sense of why everything's crap.
Yeah.
Was it Pokemon Black and White? Or Pokemon Diamond and Pearl?
That was
last year, I thought.
No, that was this year.
Pearl, the remix of Diamond and Pearl came out too.
No, that was last year because I bought it for Christmas for my niece and nephew.
Hold up.
List of Pokemon games. Yes, I need the video games. We need 20. Legends, Arceus, and Scarlet. And then in 2021, it was Diamond and Pearl, and that was a different team. And I'm looking on Wikipedia right now, Josh. But dude, if that's the case, Arceus is the fucking game. Arceus is the Pokemon game of the year, by far.
I kind of agree with that.
This game is just bad. It's not as good.
Sword and Shield. 2021. Okay, in November. Then Arceus, then Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, these games are just back to back to back.
I mean, I gotta say this. The game has one aspect that I actually like. And that is, well, I don't know how much I could say, but Josh did call this character hot. But they added a tomboy to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And then you're sitting there and you're just like, God damn it. God damn it.
Can you post a picture of the top? I actually want to see what this character looks like because I've not really cared. I've seen the whole Pokemon list and I like a bunch of the Pokemon on the list. I also don't like a lot of other ones as well.
Yeah. If you want my actual fucking opinion of it.
Yeah, her. Okay. I've seen pictures of her.
Yeah. Ravioli. Do not lewd the tomboy.
Ravioli. Don't lewd the lolly.
Yeah.
Ravioli. Oh, how does it go?
Ravioli. Don't lewd the spider lolly.
Right.
You know it already.
Yes, that is actually what it is. Don't lewd the spider lolly.
But you know, the Pokemon community is made up of degenerates. Not calling Josh a degenerate, just to be clear, Josh. I'm not calling you a degenerate.
There is a few.
There are questionable fucks as a part of that community.
Like in every community.
No, the Bowser community is pure, innocent, and completely fine. We dropped those fuckers on a planet.
All right, now I remember where the thing is. Now I remember where it comes from. It's Ravioli, don't lewd the dragon lolly. That's where it's from. It's from the Dragon Girls anime.
Oh boy. Yeah. So my personal opinion is best summarized by Soldier Boy from The Boys, where he puts his. Which I'll play right now.
You're a fucking disappointment.
No, you won't. Because you don't want to get copyright struck.
It's 3 seconds.
I don't care.
It's a 3-second
I'm going to
clip.
repeat what I just said. You don't want to be copyright struck. Don't be a fucking tool. Don't risk it.
This Pokemon game's a fucking disappointment. As every Pokemon game has been in the past couple of years. Right, Josh? Oh, is Josh dead?
No,
No, I'm not dead. I saw this video of person evolving one of the new Pokemon and fucking hating it right away.
This game is going to... We're going to finish up Arceus and we're going to go back to this game and we're just going to hate our lives, aren't we? Yeah,
probably.
We're going to finish up Arceus. We're just gonna be like, man, why does this game just eventually this game is going to be the Dark Souls of our torment. This game is just going to be the Dark Souls of our. There's a Dark Souls joke there. I don't know what it is.
There's always a Dark Souls joke. Just gotta look hard enough.
Gotta look hard enough. Yeah. Well, you're not looking hard.
Yeah.
Get a good look looking.
This game is going to be the.
I love how you fucking caught that after a moment there. You giggled. I
just think that the new Pokemon game is just. I'm not sure if they're gonna patch it. I'm not sure if they're just gonna leave it alone. Kind of hoping they do, but they never did with Arceus. So
we'll find out. I do know for a fact that I want to get what game? Or not game. I do know what the new Pokemon stuff. It's really badly optimized and stuff Although I do agree with my friend, if the game is still playable and still has a fun gameplay loop, this is something I put out. Because graphics to me don't matter. A good example, I look at Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight isn't super graphic advanced. It's a fucking 2D platform. But it has a very strong function. It's very well optimized. And a lot of people don't understand why I get really frustrated with games that I get aren't optimized very well. It's actually I wouldn't mind if it's a bug here, a thing that happens here. But a lot of people have been finding out this game is really fucking bad. It's bad optimization all across the board. Guys?
Oh. Well, hopefully Nintendo, or not Nintendo, it's Game Freak, they can fucking either A, fix it, or B, could you slow down? Could you slow down?
Hopefully Game Freak just doesn't, make more Pokemon games.
No, they're going to keep
stop for a little bit. Just stop.
Or keep going, but hire more staff.
No, okay,
for
so
fuck's sake.
this is actually a problem. This is actually, Josh, you just... All right. The problem is the older Pokemon games had a very strong set formula that actually mechanically worked well. And that actually didn't have many problems. I think the issue isn't that they need more staff, is I think they need to cut the fucking bloat and cut back on how many games they're releasing. Or how often they're releasing. It used to be every roughly 4 years per game, and now it's roughly every 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's roughly every...
They need to...
It's 2 for the main series, and then 2 for... And then it's every off year is the side. So, like...
They need to just, pump up that number a bit more, pump that number up. Let's say 10 years for every mainline Pokemon game.
No. You don't want them to have all the time in the world. You want them to be lean and mean. You gotta realize, the original first Pokemon came out in 1995, 1996.
Yeah.
And then Gold and Silver came out in 1999, 2000. And then after that, the next one came out in 2003, 2004. And then it was 2007, 2000, I think. And then Black and White was 2011. 2000, no, it was 2010, 2011. It came out. So I think I might have my number. Then you had X and Y, which is I think the last good Pokemon. Came out 2014, 2015. We're at.
Yeah.
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 Came out when we were at. And then... But then they had all these other games that started coming out, like the remakes of all these games. And even though they're all using the similar engine and stuff, like I have no problem with them reusing models. I wouldn't have it.
Yeah,
I would like a lot of the models that they made for.
I don't have an issue with what they're doing. I have an issue with when the game comes out and it is buggy and shitty and I have to listen to it. That's a problem. That's my opinion on it.
No, it is a problem, and this is actually something that a lot of people, like a lot of more like experienced Pokemon players and stuff like that, have started to notice that they've started to have this issue of like super heavily suffering issues related to
Yeah. Like when there's glitches, like there's twice where we've had underworld cameras when we were playing the game. And it's like, it's not big glitches, but it's small glitches, and it's enough that you're just like, okay, what did this game get tested?
It makes you wonder if it did or not.
Yeah.
Well, fine, but like I said, we'll have to wait and see if they fix shit. They probably won't because it's them.
Yeah.
What else happened this week, Josh?
Just posting more videos. That was fucking game. Oh boy. But what else happened this week? Let me see. I actually got back into playing the Vermintide 2, like a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's still same
Still
old
good.
Vermintide.
Oh god, oh my god, that video hurts me.
It's not as good as Darktide.
Oh my god.
Darktide's pretty good.
The video fucking froze up. I'm playing the game.
Oh, actually, the other problem I want to mention.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that one's
Holy
the worst.
Geez.
I'm like looking through my Twitter.
Like, if you're not lined up for that counter, you're not going to see where the fuck you're going. Holy shit.
I think it only happens when you're crouched.
I still don't like the video you posted where, like, all the glitches, the way the glitches are happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one was just, like, kind of silly.
Horrible lag out.
Editing and whatever. I think the worst thing that happened in the game though was we're trying to catch Pokemon. One of them saw us from like from a pond, like across from a pond, but the pond's pretty deep. So we're like, oh, this Pokemon shouldn't get us from across this pond, and it start running towards us, and it just sunk to the bottom of the fucking pond. Like
Pokemon, I have to stand by this game because there's somebody who posted immediately beneath it a 2020 game versus the 2015 game, and then somebody posted like, "Nah, here's a better comparison: a 2022 game versus the 2022 game." And it's fucking Kirby. It's got way more life in the world. I think that's the problem with Pokemon. Pokemon is designed to have open stretches of just like open fields and battles and stuff like that, and it doesn't lend to the gameplay. Like, you got to realize, Breath of the Wild got away with it because you could have roving bands of Bobkins.
But Breath of the Wild was also polished.
Well, no, I mean beside the point. I'm going beside the polish. Yeah. I'm just looking at like how the aesthetic and the gameplay look. And if you consider that as the idea of how it's done, the game actually has a number of major issues behind it. Whereas, again, the reason why Pokemon used to work is because you'd get into you'd have your open area, you'd have your paths to go between towns and stuff like that. It would be a little bit of a path, and it would never be super long, and it wouldn't be super stretchy. But it would be set up so that you go between two areas. Sometimes you have long stretches, sometimes you have short stretches. Sometimes a stretch would be like a 2-minute walk in game 2-minute walk of you leave the area with the city, you pop out the gate, you walk down straight another path, you're at your next destination. That's how short the path was. But the flip side to this was you had all the grass and all the Pokemon encounters and Pokemon trainer encounters as well on this path, which would add pad out the thing. And even then, because of the way you could do it, and because of the way that the old grass system used to work, you'd have like certain counters based on certain grass patches on a certain road. This is actually a thing that got introduced in Diamond and Pearl in 4th generation, I think in 2007, 2000, whatever. But the flip side to this was that with that encounter setup, you didn't have to worry about like just long open expanses with nothing in it. Like, you can't actually populate a forest in this game because it'd get too crowded. Like, you wouldn't know where you're going. And if you wanted to go off the beaten path, you'd have the problem of, well, how do you manage Pokemon encounters that? Because like, if you do a proper forest, the trees are going to be like fairly dense, and they're going to be in a very specific way, which is the problem with like the picture that you post, the picture posted in the chat there, where it's a big open area with like a total of 10 trees on the road. And it's a long stretch of road. Like, I can't see the next area for where you're supposed to be going. I assume it's along the path that winds down. You can't see the next city and stuff like that. I can see mountains the distance with lava or something like that, or sand. I can't tell. You've got a big open, like, again, this is the problem is it kind of like big open exploring areas is, oh my God.
It's I just gotta say this. It's, how do I say this? It's something where they've completely destroyed their game multiple times now.
I don't think it's destroyed their games. I think it's that they've gone in the wrong direction. Like, I know people. I know people. Like, I know some of my friends who actually genuinely like this direction of Pokemon, and that like they need to change up the formula. But the problem wasn't the formula of the games.
But Arceus was that change.
Yeah, but the problem was Arceus also wasn't very good. It was okay, and I think the mechanical system of like open world stuff like that works for sideline games where you're like developing the history of the world, which is what Arceus was. And I think that's actually the good way to go about it. But I think for your mainline games, doing just top-down gaming or slate 3, or like where you have like your normal standard grid, you have your grass you go into, all that. Yeah. I think that's the better choice. But it's because they made a switch from handheld systems to the Switch. Unironically, they switched from handheld to Switch. That the issue develops out that now you've got this stronger platform. Which, why not use all of its capabilities? And it's this problem of you've now got all the hardware you need instead of working with a limitation. And
yeah, basically.
And this is even something I actually found a problem with 3DS. As much as Sun and Moon has its problems, I think it's actually better than the modern Pokemon, even though I think it's the worst of the handheld Pokemons. I think it's even worse than Gen 5, even though I like Gen 5 and I know Gen 5 is bad. But Gen 5 is bad because of different things. But Pokemon Sun and Moon has the problem of too much hand-holding, and a lot of the map is very boxed off, so it doesn't feel like it naturally flows together.
That was the thing that I felt was real. Like, I felt X and Y kind of was like, according to Josh, and this is just from what I'm gathering from you, Pokemon peaked with like Black and White.
No, I think Pokemon.
I'm not.
Peaked.
I'm not asking your opinion, Alan. I'm asking Josh's.
From what I read from conversations online and from other people talking about it, and my point of view, like, I did play Black and White, although it's been a while ago. I have to go back and try it out again. But like, Black and White was real good, and I felt it was most cohesive out of most of them. And I think that I think the better peak would probably be like X, Y, or maybe even Omega South, like Omega and what was the other one? The other Red and Blue, Omega and whatever. Those were also pretty good.
Omega Ruby, Omega Ruby.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah,
there you go. Like, those ones were also pretty good, and they weren't like glitched out the butt and everything. Like,
it made the transition
I don't know.
to 3D.
I would say like, yeah. And it's, although what was it? The X and Y and like Omega and what was the one on the island and stuff? That's the Sword and oh yeah, Sun and Moon. I think that one, like, those ones were fine and not like too, not like to feel like nothing was too like missing or anything. But yeah, like, as for like a good Pokemon game, I would say the last one that had the National Dex, Sun and Moon, probably that one. But like, yeah, like Black and White and yeah, about X and Y or Sun and Moon would probably be like, that's kind of better peak of Pokemon there, of like stuff is fine, stuff is not broken, stuff is smooth. Like,
yeah,
I think that's my opinion.
If I may add to that, even with my problem with X, Y is everything doesn't flow. Yeah, on top of that, we just basically got two. We got X and Y and Ultra. We got Sun and Moon and then Ultra Sun and Moon, which were just essentially the same, with some minor tweaks. And I just didn't like that. I felt, but thing was for me is that with X and Y and Ultra, Ruby, Sapphire, Alpha Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Omega. Whatever. I think that they were the most stable. They were well developed. They started showing off, but you can see, like, in X and Y, they had additional areas they wanted to put in. They had the power plant they wanted to put in. You had the Zygarde stuff that they wanted to put in as well with X and Y, because he was supposed to be the third game, but they didn't release it. They've got, and it's just like on top of that, they had a really good mechanical system, which I think actually like revitalized the way the Pokemon worked with this new mechanic of Megas. And since X and Y, they've introduced new mechanics that have been progressively getting worse and worse and worse. With the Z moves. Then can't remember what they're fucking called. Mega discount megas.
They just keep. They don't know what to do.
Discount megas, and then now we've got Crystallite.
Can we change topic from Pokemon?
Not yet. By the way. No, I want to finish with one last thing.
Or
you guys got me started on this topic. Okay. I'm sorry, but
it's not my fault.
Well, that's why. Well, I know it's not your fault, but I apologize. Josh started the topic. But
yeah,
I think the problem now is just I think they're overreaching with what they've got. They're trying to do an open world Pokemon, which is not what Pokemon is. But that's me.
Yeah.
Let's carry on. What else do we have to talk about?
Well, we got 2 topics we could talk about. So Risk of Rain's dead.
No, it isn't. Fuck off. God.
Gearbox bought Risk of Rain. It's over.
No, it isn't.
The franchise peaked with 2.
Oh my.
It's over.
No, it isn't.
It's going to be on Epic Games Store. No joke. It's actually probably going to be on Epic Games Store.
Why wouldn't it be on Epic Games Store? Put it on another platform. If it's being taken off Steam, that's a problem. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Gearbox is locked to Epic.
People are already doom posting.
Yeah.
Similar to how I just saw already is.
But again, people are kind of like jumping the gun there. That's the way I'm looking at the situation. It's like,
Personally speaking, as long as Randy Pitchford does not have involvement with this game at all, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Darktide, played a little bit of Darktide. So far, it's good. I enjoy it. It's a little slow, but that's okay.
I've seen videos of Darktide. I've watched a couple people play it. We forgot to sync. Holy shit, we forgot to sync earlier. We're going to have to sync at the very end of the podcast now.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oops. Like
mistakes have been made.
I'm kind of torn on Darktide. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's great. I do love some of the writing in the game. I feel foreshortened lifespans. No, I didn't. Not foreshortened. I said foreshortened lifespans.
Yep.
Pay attention to me.
There's issues with that game, but I don't care. I have fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. And that's me. I think Josh wouldn't. I
guarantee Josh would love it because Josh, you love Vermintide.
He likes Vermintide. He played Vermintide this week.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's like he's played Vermintide, and I know he likes Vermintide. If he liked Vermintide, I like Vermintide. I like Vermintide 2 as well. I think Darktide's a good game. I just don't think it's a great game. I just think it's Vermintide 40K.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that's a good thing. You know what? It would be rather inconvenient if Josh suddenly had a free copy delivered to him.
Don't gift it to him.
Too late. He helped me move a treadmill out.
Oh, right. Oh, wow.
He helped me move a treadmill.
Yeah. So we now know what...
No, not just one treadmill, 3 treadmills, but...
Why do you have 3? Yeah.
Well...
Because 2 of them are broken,
2 of them
apparently.
Are broken.
Did you return them, or did you...
Well, no, they were like 20 years old. So we recycled them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's not broken. I mean, like if... Because, I broke... Never mind, that's a topic, that's a discussion for later.
Yeah.
No, I was actually wondering, I think Josh, I think you'll like that game. I do love... Because I've seen that clip of the Psyker all the time, but I've seen the character creation, some of the fucking jokes in the chat. Some of the jokes, somebody posted a picture of an Ogren, and it looks like fucking Letterman from the States.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god. And people have just been running with it. It's fucking great. I love it.
This game is awesome. I love it. Another good thing. Yeah. So far, I've enjoyed it. I made Acadian. I need to play more of it.
You need to give him purple eyes. Have it.
I didn't give. I fucked up. It's okay.
No, that's if they don't give the Acadian just immediately purple eyes, it's the game's fault.
Yeah. We gotta talk about this other thing. This is a good thing in order to end on.
What happened? What happened?
What happened? Study claims 2,000 predatory Twitch users systematically target over 250,000 children and young teens. Over the course of a 22-month study, a researcher has claimed only 20,000 predatory users on Twitch have targeted over...
Oh, yeah, this dumb shit. Holy
250,000 children and teens.
Yeah, this is
no.
happen.
Yep. Twitch is full of pedophiles.
Oh, that's not what the statement is. Full of
Well,
rumors.
Twitch has groomers in their community.
Yeah.
Who knew?
But, hey, who knew? We all did.
I mean, all I gotta say is, when somebody like Vosh has a massive platform, there's some questionable actions going on there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, I
Not
read
that
that and I kind of just shrugged my shoulders, like, yeah, we've known this for a long time.
Yeah, that's been a fact for a while. Yep. Oh no, I saw it, read it, the article, and felt pretty interested, and then moved on with my day. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else, unless Josh wants to talk about something.
Josh, did you play any dick games this week?
Did you play any hentai games? I know we talked about them all last week.
I just love how you can get them on Steam. And I think I said this before and I'll say it again. Every time I bring it up with someone, I talk about how, like, if I see these weird porn games on there, I'm just so interested of like what they did, how they what they developed, what's the game, where's the porn, where's the game and porn ratio,
what's the porn to porn ratio,
like, what's the porn to
is it good
ratio?
porn, hardcore porn,
like,
softcore porn? What kind of porn is it?
Furry porn, BDSM.
Is it cosplay porn? Is it wiglets going into a pussy porn?
Is it aliens?
Is it porn where if your roommate walks in, he's gonna go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And then you two start fucking.
I mean, depends on the roommate, bro.
Just like I love how I brought up the conversation of these games and like just like the psychology of it and like who would buy it and stuff like that, and I talk about it with other people and they have the same interest as I am of just curiosity. So it's like there was one or two of the porn games that like talking to people and they're like, dude, literally there's one porn game that I was seriously considering buying.
Allan one porn game, and I know what porn game it is.
Because one of them was like a pinball porn game. It's like, how does that work?
Oh, is the table just the naked woman?
I don't know. I have to look it up again, but I'm like, wait, how does that
Oh my god,
work?
I think I found the greatest game ever made on Steam.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. I'll show you it to you guys later. Although I did send you guys the best porn game. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, this one. Oh yes, this one. I'll send this to you guys too later. Probably not important. Yeah. Is that a podcast?
Yep, that's a podcast.
Okay, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday at blackmindgames.podbean.com. Also subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Allan. And thank you, listener, for listening. Okay, so let's sync. Sync in 3, 2, 1.
Yes, I am.
Probably start recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Here we
I've
are,
seen this.
kids.
I've seen this comic already.
This character is just so fucking dark.
I mean, 40K.
Yeah.
So like, nothing new there.
Also, I think. Oh,
What?
waifu sister battle. Here's a question: would a sister battle be a Yandar, or would they be something else?
Well, for one,
What would they be classified?
they wouldn't be anything you'd want in anime, because they would never
Yeah.
obsess over you or be shy of you or anything like that. Like, you gotta realize that Sisters of Battle are like fucking nuts, dude. I love their faction. They're fucking nuts.
They're psychotic. They're religious nerds.
No. The Ecclesiarchy's religious nerds. They're fucking religious fanatics for a reason.
Oh,
Like, to the point where, like, they can't intermingle with most guard units because most guard units have a different doctrine of faith from them. They all believe in the Emperor. It's just in different ways.
Yeah.
But the Sisters of Battle are taught all exclusively just one way. So all the sisters have the same doctrine. And to believe any other doctrine is to be, like, considered, like, dangerous. And it's the reason why, like, they can't actually integrate with Imperial Guard forces, hence why they have to. That's why when Hospitallers are attached to Guard formations, they tend to be the more, like, relaxed of the group. Like,
I kind of want to take this picture and then change the armor to pride flags and then change the hair to blue hair. You got that blank stare that you get from most people nowadays when you, like, go to a Starbucks and you're like, yes, I would like a chai tea latte. I would like a chai tea latte, and the person, like, looks at you and they're like, did you just ask me to make you a cup of tea? And you're like, yes, that's your job. And then they go, give me a second. And then they go to the back room and then they post on TikTok about how upset they are that somebody asked them to do their job. Don't tell me you've never had that happen.
I don't go to fucking Starbucks, so.
You're a smart man.
Why? I don't know why you would, like, this would be, like, something I would experience, because I don't go to Starbucks. I get a green tea. And the few times I've gone to Starbucks, you know what my thing is? Hey, here's 12 coffees. You're going to give me this order in 10 minutes, or I'm going to be, like, or else I'm going to be coming up here and start, like, pressuring you guys even more. I've actually told that to Starbucks, like, hey, this is the list of coffee I need. And they're like, all right, well, we need 20 minutes. And I'm like, cool, you've got 10. And they're like, well, we can't do all this in 10 minutes. I'm like, well, shit, I'm sorry. I've got a crew of 12 guys waiting for these coffees. You got to get it done.
What do you want from me? What do you
I
want from me?
I actually, like the person who, like, took my order when I said that to them, they're like, well, you can't demand that of me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, am I paying for your back talk, or am I paying for coffee? She kind of went quiet, and I was like, yeah, this is the situation you're in. And I don't want to get fucking run over because I want to be back there before my boss's boss show up. So get the fucking coffees done. So they handed off the they handed off the order. They started I paid for it. Got the coffees like 12 minutes, and they're like, oh, sorry, 2 minutes late. It's like, fine, it's whatever, it's close enough. Got out the door, put it in my car, drove off. They were like, she was not happy that I was just like, no, that's not how this works. You weren't gonna you're gonna get this done. It's like, well, we need time to get the coffee made. It's like, well, shit, you should have had the coffee made. It's almost the reason why I don't go to Starbucks. It's why I go to, like, McDonald's or Tim Hortons for coffee. And even then, all I get is I get a green tea, and everybody else in my crew usually just gets a coffee with either 2 sugar, 2 cream, or 2 sugar, 2 milk, or 2 sugar, or a black. That's the 4 things on my order list. Just 4 different types of coffees.
I mean, that's the thing, too, is, like, whenever I go to a Starbucks, it's usually because I've given up on life. Like, 90% of the time, when I go to a Starbucks, it's because I'm having a bad day, and I just don't want to deal with, like, this bullshit anymore, and I want to ruin somebody else's day. Like, yeah. No. Like, I Starbucks is a bad company. Like, there are nice people who work at Starbucks. No, they're not. But, yeah, if I'm going to get coffee and you're going to be acting like that, maybe I don't want to shop at your store. Yes. Shall we start the show without Josh? I feel like that's going to be the quickest way to get him back on the show. We can talk about BattleTech and how you...
I still think, like, in hindsight, I still think I should have gone after the Vulture. I had a better chance.
I think you were dead either way.
No, I was dead either way. There was no way I was getting 3 kills because the Ice Ferret, the one that I was going up against, is the one with the large laser, 2 SRMs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Commando 1B.
Was it Streak SRMs?
No, it wasn't Streak SRMs. It was a large ER large laser, Pulse small laser, and an SRM6 and an SRM4. I get 4 weapons.
Okay. Ice Ferret, you said?
Yes. I think that's the name. I think that's the name.
Was it a Prime or...
Well, Prime has a PPC, so.
So it was the A? No. Which?
ER large laser and supported by 2 close combat SRM4s and SRM6. It's a B configuration. Although I gotta laugh because Josh messaged me after, like today.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about putting you up against yeah, you had so many pulse lasers. I should have probably went easier on you, knowing the Mad Dog with a light on armor." I was like, and my response was like, "No worries." Mine was I looked at the target list and I made the correct target for the first target because fuck the Fire Moth, and then the next target should have been the Vulture because light on armor. Believe it or not, I think the Ice Ferret has almost on par.
I mean that's better than mine because mine, like, God, Chris's dice just had it out for that arm. So he would hit and then he just ripped that arm off, and I was like, great.
My mech is the Shadow Cat. With the I'm going to be running the Prime configuration. And it's going to be my mech until I either find a better mech to run or until I get access to the heavies. Yeah.
I gotta say, though, I feel really bad for Diego.
He did the, like, had I been in that situation, I think that would have been the move I would have gone for, too.
No, that's not the move you go for.
Actually, in his opening movement, because he had what? He had a Mad Cat,
he had a Mad Cat Timberwolf. He had a Timberwolf. Yeah. I believe A. And he immediately goes up against. So he goes, okay, cool. I'll do the mirror match against the Timberwolf.
What was his? Well, the other 2 mechs in his lineup. That's the thing I'm trying to think of.
The other 2 mechs, I believe, were like, I think it was a Stormcrow and something else, but it was definitely a light. And so Diego, like, chooses the Timberwolf, and he told me that, and I was like, looked at Chris, and I'm like, oh no, because
all right, in my scenario, the Fire Moth had to go first because if I had left it alone, it would have been, and I got in a bad roll, he would have gotten behind me, and I would have just suffered. It's the reason why I made the Fire Moth my first target. I was just like, nah, I am going to shoot you because fuck the Fire Moth. I know how fast it can go.
See, at least you didn't do what I did, which is, like, I went up against a Puma, and then I think it was the Mistlynx.
The Dasher. Fire Moth. Again, I like the Fire Moth. Not a bad mech. It's not a good mech either. And the configuration he went with was... What configuration did he go with?
So I went up against 25-35 and then a mirror.
Okay, just so you know, Jeff, and it's actually one of the reasons why I'm actually considering running a Fire Moth just for the memes, but I'm not going to. But the configuration that the Fire Moth has is it has a mask. So it can go 21 movement points with mask. The turn he deactivated mask is also the turn I got him. But
yeah, that makes sense.
But without mask, he has 16 movement points.
Type in devil on Fletch.
What?
Just type in devil on Fletch.
Devil.
Hi, Josh. How are you? It's a mech.
You know what? I'll just go to Sarna.
I exist.
On Sarna right now.
Shall we sync the show?
Devil, it's mech.
Josh, do you think I should have you looked at General Topicalist yet?
No.
Type in the. Don't you see that beautiful Sailor Moon-esque character that looks like she could be from a Warhammer 40k anime? Yeah.
Could possibly, yeah.
Do you think that I should replace her hair with blue and then make her armor trans flags and stuff like that?
No, don't.
Warhammer could be whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna say that maybe Allan's right. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but that's just me. So let's sync and then
I'll start. I want to do this quick tonight.
Allan wants to fiercely go back to watching
doing
lectures
homework
and stuff like that. Yeah. So sync in 3, 2, 1.